Good morning, everybody. So this is kind of our first official video in the house. Today is December, I don't know, all the days are running together now. It's mid-December. I'm walking my dogs. They're loving the squirrels here in Jersey. We're gonna plant our tulip bulbs in mid-December because that's when we got into the house. Didn't want to plant them in the apartment because they're mine and I want them. And so we're gonna see how this goes. I've seen people do it before. Doesn't seem like it's a big situation. The only problem is it did snow yesterday. There's a lot of frost on the ground right now, but most of the snow has melted, thank goodness. So I think I have got an auger inside. I'm gonna go double check, and then we're just gonna get out here and see what we can do. I've kind of drawn everything out to see where I want my bulbs, and I'll just get started. I don't know, I'm excited. This is my first project in the new house. So good morning, here we go. So I've got my plethora of things right here and I'm ready to get started. I've got some bulb tone, which I'll be putting in the hole before I plant the bulbs. Here are some of the bulbs that I dug up from the house. My hyacinths are in there. Tulips are in here. I think somewhere. Oh yeah. So I've got the yellow tulips that Daniel got me right in here. And then all of my new tulips and daffodils and hyacinths that I'll be planting. So first things first, I was hoping to do a little spring display right here by my mailbox, but it looks like this shrub is kind of really taken over. So I'm going to leave that until I can deal with it in the warmer months. But good news is, boop, there's a light pole right here. Let me back up some. There is a light pole right here, and I can plant right there, and I think it'll look just as cute. All right, here we go. So basically you just saw me trying to chip away at ice, so we'll see how this goes, but I've got the auger, I've got some shovels, and determination, so I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned what I was planting under here at this light post, but those are, it's a mixture of hyacinths from Burpees. So they're purple, pink, and blue. So I think that'll be really pretty right here by this lamppost. Moving on, this is my next planting spot underneath this giant tree that we may or may not be having removed because we think it has borers. It's like dropping large chunks of its branches. And I'll be planting daffodils right here. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to just do a mass grouping of daffodils right here in the front, or if I want to go the whole way around the tree, because on the other side it's a little bit bare too. They do have this nice grouping of 3 shrubs, but we'll see how many I have. We'll go from there. Okay, so I finally finished with this spot here, and I mulched again with leaves, so you can see it's kind of a little drift here, and I'm hoping it looks like a pretty bunch of daffodils. Okay, on to the next. So I have a couple of different types of tulips that I brought that I thought would look pretty together. So I thought the tulips would look pretty in a drift right along the front of the house there. There's the front door right there. This is more like the side yard that you can see from the street. But there's so much landscape fabric frozen into the ground that I'm now thinking I could just do sort of like pops of tulips. One there, and one at the end here. So that's my plan because it's cold and I'm running out of time and the ground is frozen. Y'all, this is why I was trying to get in the house in November and I was so frustrated when the closing got delayed because I have so much to do and it's freezing cold. Also, side note, left my shovel in Brooklyn, so I'm hand shoveling everything. So this is what they look like. I did them in order from tallest to shortest, so I'm hoping that they look really nice in the spring. Okay, so I've been standing in the backyard kind of pondering what I could do with these extra bulbs because I don't want all of the bulbs in the front of the house and then I come to the back and it's like, oh, it's still so sad back here. So I have these extra bulbs, some that I dug up from the other house and some that just didn't have matches for outside. Like it was like weird numbers. So I brought them back here and let me show you what I'm thinking. This is kind of just a little square in the corner of our house right outside of our library. So I'm thinking I could plant some bulbs right here since like we walk out the door. Oh, those need to get moved. So we just moved in, guys. Cut us some slack. But we come out of the house here down the stairs and I thought that might be a pretty place to get to see some bulb action as we walk out the gate, the back gate. I was thinking I could do like the 3 daffodils and then some hyacinths around them. And then I think I've got about like 10 of the burpees tulips and then like 5 of the tulips that I dug up from the old house that Daniel bought for me. So, and I know that this is a hydrangea. I don't know what this is. So if anybody knows what this is, feel free to let me know. I know it's winter and nobody can tell, but I don't know. It's kind of a cool structure, but I just don't get the plant. So let me know if you know what that is. I'm thinking about either moving the hydrangea in the future because I'd rather put a tree here to hide all of this goodness, or get a hydrangea that grows a little bit taller because unless they're cutting it down this short, I just want to mask this situation here. But story for another day. All right, let's get planting bulbs. Okay, so we ended up planting the tulips here, and I found some lilies, I think, or they're hyacinths. I have no idea, but I planted them here in this like little drift, kind of by this pole right here. And then, like I said, I planted the 3 daffodils in the middle, and then I surrounded them with hyacinths along the edge. So we'll see how that goes in. Okay, y'all, I am officially frozen to death. But all of the bulbs are on the ground and I couldn't be happier. It's finally like one less stress just off my shoulders. Now I really feel like I can like kind of start unpacking and like getting ready in this new house. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for holding out while we went through this move, and we're excited to really show you the new house and what we've got going on. So see you in the next one.